ያ ስጦታውን ቀደም ብለን ያደረግነው መግለጫውን በእኛ ባህል ልብስ እንዲሰጥ ስለፈለግን ነው። ኢስት አፍሪካ አካባቢ አይደለችም፣ ከዌስት አፍሪካ ነው የመጣችው። ኒጀር is found in West Africa። ግን አንግባ እየተንቀሳቀሰች ያለችው አጀንዳ እዚህኛ የምንኖርባትን ኢትዮጵያን የሚመለከት አጀንዳ ነው። so we are highly appreciate your motivation, your commitment። ራማቶ ኪታ የሙቪ ስታር ነች። she is a director, film writer, producer and also a journalist። so ትምህርቷን በፊሎሶፊ እና ሊንጉስቲክ በፈረንሳይ ሀገር ነው የተማረችው። ግን እዛ ተምራ እዛው አልቀረችም። አፍሪካን እያገለገለች ያለች ድንቅ ባለሙያ ነች። እንግዲህ ፊልሟ ውስጥ እንደምትመለከቱት አማርኛ ጽሑፍ በማስገባት ለአማርኛ ቋንቋ ያላትን ተቆርቋሪነት አሳይታለች። አማርኛ የአፍሪካ ህብረት ይፋዊ የሥራ ቋንቋ እስከሚሆን ትግሌን አላቋርጥም የሚል አቋም አላት። ኒጀሪያዊቷ የፊልም ዳይሬክተር በዓለም ዙሪያ በሚገኙ የፊልም ፌስቲቫሎች ላይ በመገኘት ለአማርኛ ቋንቋ ከፍተኛ የካምፔን ወይም የንቅናቄ ስራ እየሰራች ትገኛለች፣ ትሞግታለች። እንግዲህ ዘ ዊዲንግ ሪንግ የተሰኘውን ይሄን የምታዩትን በፖስተሩ ላይ ፊልሟን በተለያዩ ሲኒማ ቤቶች ሲታይ ርዕሱን ወደ አማርኛ በመቀየር የጋብቻ ቀለበቱ በሚል ሰብታይትል ሰጥታ የኢትዮጵያውያን የአፍሪካውያን የሆነው አማርኛ በመላ ዓለም እንዲታይ ትልቅ ስራ ሰርታለች። በፍቅር ታሪክ ላይ ያጠነጠነው ይህ ፊልም አንዲት አውሮፓ ውስጥ ዲግሪዋን ያገኘች የፍላሚኒ ወጣት አፍሪካ ውስጥ በሳህል የገዢ መደብ ስር ወደሚገኘው የዚንደር ሱልጣን ትመለሳለች እንደምትመለስ ያመለክታል። እዚያም በባህላዊ መንገድ ለባል ልትሰጥ ስትል በሚኖረው ውጣ ውረድ ላይ ያጠነጥናል። በዋናነት ግን መሽኮርመምን ያመለክታል። እንግዲህ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የባህል ጋብቻ መሽኮርመም የምንላቸው ነገሮች ኮመን ነገሮች ናቸው። ስለዚህ የሷ ፊልም ምን ያህል ከኛ ጋር ባህላዊ ቁርኝት እንዳለውም እያጤን እንሄዳለን። ይህ ፊልም አምስተርዳም ዓለም አቀፍ የፊልም ፌስቲቫል ወይም ወርልድ ሲኒማ አምስተርዳም ላይ ታይቷል። እንግዲህ ፊልሙ ሲታይ አማርኛም አብሮ እየታየ ነው ማለት ነው። የራማቶ የፍቅር ፊልም ከመጀመሩ በፊት ለፊልሙ ድጋፍ ያደረጉ ተቋማት ነበሩ። እነዚህም በአማርኛ እንዲጻፉ ነው ያደረገችው። እንግዲህ የኒጀር ሪፐብሊክ ዋና ድጋፍ ሰጪዋ ነበር። እሱንም እንግዲህ ፊልሙ በደንብ ከታያችሁ በአማርኛ እንዲጻፍ አድርጋለች። የኮንጎ ብራዛቪል ሪፐብሊክ፣ የአልጄሪያ ህዝባዊ ዲሞክራሲ ሪፐብሊክ፣ የሩዋንዳ ሪፐብሊክ፣ የዩጋንዳ ሪፐብሊክ፣ የሞሮኮ ንጉሳዊ መንግስት እንዲሁም የፓን አፍሪካ ባህል ፌስቲቫል አልጀርስ 2009 የሚሉ ጽሁፎች አሉት። እነዚህ በሙሉ የተጻፉት በአማርኛ ነው። እንዴት ነው አማርኛን እንደዚህ ተቆራይተሽ ልትሞግትለት የቻልሽው ብሎ በአንድ ወቅት በ2017 ዶቼ ቬለ ጋዜጠኛ አናግሯት ነበረ። አማርኛ የሚናገር ጋዜጠኛ አንተ ሰርፕራይዝ የሆንከው አሁን አንዳንድ አማርኛዎችን ስላየህ ነው። በስኬዝ እሱም አንዱ ነገር ነው። ነገር ግን ፊልሙን ደግሞ በደንብ ብታውቀው አገር ውስጥ ያለውን ባህላዊ ክዋኔ በደንብ ታይበታለህ ብላው ግን ምክንያቷን ነግረዋለች። የፊልም ባለሙያዎች ዝርዝርን በአማርኛ ለመጻፍ የመረጥኩት ምክንያት አማርኛ እጅግ ጥንታዊ ከሆኑ የዓለማችን የጽሁፍ ቋንቋዎች አንዱ በመሆኑ ነው ስትል መልሳለታለች። በዓለም እንዲህ አይነት ቋንቋዎች እጅግ በጣም ጥቂት ናቸው። ይህ ውብ ፊደላት ያሉት ቋንቋ በኢትዮጵያና በጥቂት ሰዎች በኤርትራ ይነገራል። በአሁኑ ወቅት እንግዲህ የ2017 አካባቢ ነው። በመላው ዓለም ኢትዮጵያን ባሉበት አማርኛ ይነገራል። በእርግጥ ግን እሷ ከስፋቱ አንጻር ነው። ከመቶ ሚሊዮን አይበልጥም ተናጋሪው። ምክንያቱም ገና አልተስፋፋም በሚል ያ ምን ማለት ነው? ወደ 10 ቢሊዮን እየተጓዘ በሚገኘው የዓለም ቋንቋ ያን ማድረግ እጅግ በጣም ወሳኝ ነው። ትግሌ ውብ ባህላችን ተጠብቆ ለትውልድ እንዲሻገር ማድረግ ነው። ባህላችንን ካልተንከባከብን እየደበዘዘ ለመክሰም ጊዜ አይፈጅበትም። አማርኛን የኢትዮጵያ የሆነውን የራሷ አድርጋ የአፍሪካ አድርጋ ነው ኮንሲደር አድርጋ እየሰራች ያለችው። እኔ እያለች ነው በባለቤትነት የምትገልጸው። የኢትዮጵያውያን የእናንተ የሚል ወደ ሶስተኛ ወገን የምትገፋበት ነገር የለም። አፍሪካ ውስጥ በእኛ በፓን አፍሪካ ፊልም ሰሪዎች ፌዴሬሽን፣ በነገራችን ላይ አፍሪካ ህብረት ጉባኤ የመጣችው የፓን አፍሪካ ፊልም ሰሪዎች ፌዴሬሽን አጀንዳን አንግባ ነው። እሱን አቅርባ ስኬታማ ስራዎች እንደሰራች መረጃ አለን። ሆነ በአፍሪካ ህብረት መካከል ስብሰባ በሚኖርበት ጊዜ አማርኛን ይፋዊ የመግባቢያ ቋንቋ አድርገው እንዲጨምሩ እየወተወትኩ ነው። ብዙውን ጊዜ ታዲያ ይስቁብኛል። እንግዲህ ይህን ለምን ይስቁባታል፣ ለምን ያፌዙባታል የሚለውን እንዴት አንቺ ይሄ ተመለከተሽ በሚል ጠባብ አመለካከት ነው። እሷ ግን የፓን አፍሪካኒዝም ሙቭመንትን መነሻ አድርጋ ዓለም አቀፍ ገጽታን ለማላበስ እየሰራች ያለች ድንቅ እህታችን ነች። ራማቶ ግን ሰዎች ሳቁብኝ ብላ ጥረቷን አላቆመችም። ታዝቢን ከ15 እና ከዛ በላይ ዓመታት እየታገለች ነው። ከታዋቂ ሰዎች እስከ ሀገር መሪዎች ድረስ ባገኘችው አጋጣሚ ውትወቷን ቀጥላለች። ከቀድሞ ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር መለስ ዜናዊ ጀምሮ አፍሪካን በየዓመቱ የሚመሩ የአፍሪካ ህብረት ሊቀመንበሮችን ጭምር እነ ሙሳ ፋኪ መሐመድ የኮሚሽኑ ሊቀመንበር፣ ሌሎችንም እንደውም አንድ ወቅት የኬንያው ፕሬዝዳንት ለዚህ ነገር ኬንያ ላይ ቢሮ ሰጣለሁ ብለው ፕሮሚስ እንደገቡላትና በቅርቡ ፊርማቸው እንዳኖሩ ገልጻልናለች። ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር መለስ ምናልባት ራህማቶ ሙሉ በሙሉ ትክክል ነሽ፣ ግን ሰነዱ ጽሁፍ ውስጥ የለም። እናም እሷ ምን ትላቸዋለች? እኔ ክቡር ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ጽሁፉን እኛ ነን የምናበጀው አልኳቸው ብላ ነው ለጋዜጠኛው ብላ ሰጠችው። ንቅናቄዋ ምን ያክል ወደኋላ ሄዶ እንደጀመረም መረዳት ትችላላችሁ። እንግዲህ እህታችን ራህማቶ ኪታ የጀመረችው ንቅናቄ ከዳር እንዲደርስ የበርካታ አካላትን እገዛ ትሻለች። በአጋጣሚ እኔ ጽሁፏን ቢቢሲ ላይ አንብቤው የዛሬ 3 ዓመት በፌስቡክ ገጿ ላይ መልእክት አስቀምጬ ነው ግንኙነታችን የተጀመረው እና ከ3 ዓመት በላይ ግንኙነታችን ሄዷል። አፍሪካ ህብረት እንደመጣች ስትነግረኝ እንደዚህ አይነት ፕሬስ ኮንፈረንስ ማዘጋጀት እንደምንችልና መረጃውን ለኢትዮጵያ ማድረስ እንደምንችል ተነጋግረን እሁድ ሌሊት መብረር የነበረባት 2 ቀን አራዝማ ነው የቆየችው። ኢትስ ቢግ ሪስፖንሲቢሊቲ። ሶ ይሄንን ማመስገን አለብን ሁላችን ማለት ነው። እንግዲህ ይሄን ፊልም ማስተርጉማ ሙሉ በሙሉ በአማርኛ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የማሳየት ህልም እንዳላት መረጃው አለኝ። የኢትዮጵያ መንግስትና ኢትዮጵያውያንን እገዛ ግን በእጅጉ ትሻለች። ካምፔኑን ከጀመርን እዚህ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ሰሞኑን ከውጭም ከሀገር ውስጥም እየደወሉ ነው። ጥሩ መነሳሳት አለ። እዚህ ፊትም የመጣችሁ ሚዲያዎች እናመሰግናለን። ይህን ስራ የበለጠ እንደምታጎሉ ተስፋ አደርጋለሁ። በእኔ በኩል ጨርሻለሁ። I ask my sister Ramato Kita to come to the stage and explain something about her progress, okay? Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation to talk about one of my passions. And it's a great emotion for me really to be here with you in Addis. And when I see the flyer of my film, the flyer for the Oscar campaign. It was a film which was in the Oscar campaign selection, the Oscar selection for Best Foreign Language. It was the first time for Niger to go to the Oscar for the competition. And you see its subtitles in Amarnya. So, as they told you, I'm from Niger. If you have any question after, we can talk about it. I start thinking about making Amarnya like as an official language of African Union a few years ago. And I remember the first time I talked to an official of Ethiopia. It was to your former Prime Minister, His Excellency Meles. May he rest in peace. Because before I talked, when we go to our meeting in Africa, I always say we have to translate to in Amharic. And people usually, they laugh at me to say, Amharic, who speak Amharic? And then I came at the African Union Summit and I talked to His Excellency, the Prime Minister Meles. And he talked to me, he said, you know, Ramatu, it's not the rules of African Union. He said the rules of African Union during the Organisation de l'Unité Africaine, African Union Organization before OAU, OAU, we choices the languages. It was the languages which were talking of the maximum of people in Africa. So they say there is Arab, which is an African language, but 3 others, which comes from Europe, is Portuguese, English, and French. And he said, that's it. And he said, it's the rules. And I said, His Excellency, I know that. I know it's the rules, but you know that the rules are here to be broken. It's we who make the rules, and we can break the rules. When I talked to him about it, I didn't know that. I knew that Swahili was one of the official languages too of African Union, but later than when it became African Union. I didn't know, forgive me, I didn't know that Swahili was inside. Then I discovered that it is the last former president of Mali, Alpha Konare, who made, when he was the president of Commission of African Union, he made Swahili one of the African official languages. So when I was talking to Monsieur Meles, I didn't know that. And he just said it is the rules. So I said the rule is to be broken. And he said, okay, I will think about it. So then he became ill. Then you know what happens after. But I continue my struggle. And when I discovered that Swahili became one of the official language of African Union, so I say, so anybody of African Union, I mean, not anybody, but the president of commission, His Excellency Faki, can do it. And the president of African Union too can make it. Then I started writing to them. I wrote to President Kagame because when he was the president of African Union, he have to change a lot of things inside. And I discovered too that in his country, there are 2 official languages, which are African languages. It is Kinyarwanda and Swahili. So I say, he can understand what I'm struggling for. So I sent him a letter, and I sent a letter to His Excellency Faki, and then I gave it to him properly. It was in Niger. It was last year or 2 years ago, during when our election finished, you know, how you call it, when the president became a president, you know, there is a ceremony. Inauguration. Not inauguration. No, okay. Inauguration. Investiture in French. Investiture. When you investiture, the president officially become president, maybe
Call for the form.
inauguration.
Okay.
Investiture. Yeah, after election, when the president is elected, there is a big ceremony.
It's Solomon Oz.
So it's officially the president.
Yeah, Solomon Oz.
Voilà. So I met him there. I gave it to him properly. Nobody answered to me yet, but we put the letters on the social medias, and I continue to work on it. And it's once when I was editing my film, before I came to shoot this film, Zinaria, It's the Wedding Ring, and they said, "Oh, you have to start with yourself. You have to start with yourself. So you have to translate all your films in Amharic." So I start to do it. For the moment, I just subtitles in Amarina, the credits, just the credits, because it's very expensive to subtitle. Because you need a translator, you need a technician who knows how to write it, and this alphabet. So, but the credits I did. I'm so proud to do it. You know, I remember, and I will never forget the night we were in Hollywood, in Los Angeles, for the campaign of Oscar, in this big, very big and prestigious theater for all the Oscar competition. The day my film, this movie was screened, it was full of people with stars and people of cinema. We were sit on this theater, and when it started, it was written in Amharic. And I discovered, you know, the La Salle, the audience, something like, you know, they never see it. And all the nations in the world, when they make cinema, they have their own language subtitles. Just we African, we have no subtitles in our own language. And it is very, very important to get it. First, it's a so beautiful subtitle. And second, it's beautiful to show that we are the most ancient, one of the most ancient alphabet in the world. You know, Giz is one of the most ancient. Some tell that it is the most ancient because, you know, there is we invent alphabet in ancient Egypt. And I think in linguistics, it's not an alphabet. It's a right?
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, the hieroglyph. It's not alphabet. So some say that this is the first alphabet, the most ancient alphabet. And so I say that when it started, of African Union, when they chose the languages, the official languages, they say too that as it is not a language which was spoken it was spoken just in Ethiopia. And today I say, my argument, I say the geopolitical change and Giz and Amharic is spoken in a lot of countries. It's spoken here in Ethiopia, of course, in Djibouti, in Sudan, in Somalia, in Egypt, in Israel, in Los Angeles, in the United States of America. When I go in Los Angeles, I always go in a square called Little Ethiopia. They have a school. Everything is written in Giz, in Amarina. With school, kids go to school in Amarina, and they go to school in English too. So now it's a language spoken and studied in a lot of countries. And the second thing is that I say we have to protect our treasures. If we don't protect our treasures, they will disappear. You know, we have some alphabet which disappear for the moment. For example, in Songhai Empire, which one of my nation, so I'm a Fulani, Songhai, and Mandingo. And the Songhai Empire, the first university in the world was Tombouctou. I don't know if you know it. And before, and we were teach and learn, we taught and learned in our language. It was written. Then we became Muslim, and we have cultural cooperation with the Arabic countries. So we took their language to write and to teach. So our écriture, how you say, the alphabet disappear. There are some sign. Mandingo have so sign too, like, and the Dogon. The Dogon is another nation in Mali. In Cameroon, there is a language which is written. It's not to compare that we have alphabet, no, because the orality is very nice and very beautiful. And even now, all the world, we are becoming in orality, because now people don't speak, they just, they don't write, they call, they put voice message in WhatsApp, and letters is disappearing. It's just to know that we have some letters and we have to protect them. And it's a treasure. It's a humanity treasure. It's the humanity treasure. It's for humanity treasure. Because each language has its philosophy, its a way to think, it's a way to see the world. If I could learn all the languages in the world, I will. And we have to protect it too, because, you know, we can say maybe people who write and read in Amharic, there are about maybe 100 million, 150, 100 millions. We are about 7 million in the world. And now in Africa, people dream to, when they are rich, they send their children in Europe to study. When they go in Europe to study, they don't really study Amarina or Giz. And the poor dream to be rich, so they sent their kids in the European schools in Africa. So the teaching of Amarina, of the Giz, could be weak and disappear. It's the first thing. And if we have it in the African Union as the official language, it will be protected, and it will be protected, and it will be, we will have everything in this language. And it's for all Africa. It's for Ethiopia. So people say, why you do that for Ethiopia? I say it's for all Africa, and it's for the world too. I think that's I have to say, and